Hey everyone, it is Tuesday, February 18th, 2014. This is Talk to Me Tuesday, number 124. Got a couple things to show, so I'm going to try and do this quick. First off, I have started my next sock. I am using the Bernat Socks Camouflage. I got 10 rounds done. So you will be seeing progress on that over time. So I just started yesterday. That's why not much. The next thing I have to show is my daughter was laying on the floor and she was covered with a fleece blanket and the bunny was over there messing with it. And since I still have some fleece squares left from a big kit, I made her her own little fleece blanket. So this took all of a few minutes to whip up. Doesn't take much time, but there it is. She's got her own nice little fleece blanket she can lay on when she's out to visit. 2 orders going out in the mail tomorrow. First one being this really sweet little squuzzle. That was the order that came through our Etsy shop. So all I have to do now that it's completed is box it up, address it, and get it to the post office, and away it goes. So there's order number 1. The next one was the special order that came through from my son's friend. She wanted the messenger style bag in pinks and purples with yellow flowers. So I checked with her and she said that she may be putting significant weight in it. So I actually lined this bag. And out of all the bags I've ever made, this is the very first bag I've ever lined. But she's very happy. I showed her a picture of it, and she's more than happy with it. So, here it is. It looks kind of small. I noticed when I was checking the camera to make sure it would show up, but it looks kind of small, but it's actually not as small as it looks. She wanted it big enough to hold a folder, which it does with room to spare. She wanted the yellow flowers, and rather just throwing them on randomly, I decided to create like a vine type effect with a surface crochet. Threw a couple leaves on, and because the bottom looks so plain, I threw another flower with a couple leaves on. And there's that. It is completely lined, so it'll last her even longer. Lined the handle so that would be sturdy and wouldn't stretch, as well as the bag is lined with this really cool fabric. And plenty of room. Lots of room in there for lots of stuff to go in. So this will be going out in the mail tomorrow as well. It is not something that's listed in our Etsy shop, but if you know anyone who might be interested, give me a shout and I will let you know and work out any details or whatever. So there's that. I'm actually considering making one for myself because I like the way it turned out. Although I don't think I'll use the same colors and the yellow flowers and all, but I like it anyway. My daughter is actually thinking of making one for herself because she did a little paper piecing thing yesterday evening, and I can't remember the name of the comic it's from. I guess it's like an online type thing. Homestuck or something like that. I don't know. You'd have to ask her because I'm not familiar with it. So those are the 2 orders going out tomorrow. So what's up next? Paper piecing. This is a stack of paper piecing that I had done over my span of paper piecing time. Still stuff that I have to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with it because I don't know. But some of it I have plans for. The rest of it I was thinking of just podging it together somehow and just doing a big "This is Adventures in Paper Piecing" thing. But I am involved in the PPVBOM, which is the Paper Piecing Vintage Block of the Month, and I figured it's 1 block a month, I can dedicate my time to it, and I actually got both the January square and the February. Yeah, January block and February block. You can tell I do a lot of crocheting, huh? But got the 2 blocks done. Next block won't be out until March. I showed my fabric last week. I did choose an alternate background fabric for 4 of the squares because the background fabric I wasn't sure I was going to have enough and I didn't want to push it. So this is the fabric I chose. It's just little trees with blue and yellow and red dots on it. So thought that was really cool and I like it. So, and since it's going to be for me, that's what matters. Anyway, let me tell you, it was an adventure. I have not paper pieced in a while, and it was just one stupid little mistake after another, and I was starting to get a little frustrated. But that's okay. I actually got it done. My daughter came down at the end of my frustration level and said, here, let me, help you out, which was kind of cool. But it's done. It's not perfect, as with anything in my life. Nothing is perfect. So here's my first block. And I am doing the 6-inch blocks, not the 12-inch blocks. So I really like it. I like the colors. It's really neat. I enjoy it. If you look, you can pick up some of the word, bits and pieces of word and tree. But I like it. So there's block number 1. Now block number 2, I was sitting out here yesterday evening. My daughter was out here actually doing some paper piecing herself. Not a problem. Not a single problem. Not one single mistake in the second block whatsoever. Nothing. Didn't choose the wrong fabric, which is what I was doing with this one. I would be working on this particular piece right here, and I get these 3 pieces together. It came time to pick up the background fabric, and what would I do? I'd pick up one of these fabrics. So, a little bit of ripping back a couple times, but I caught myself, which was good. But, second block, no problem. So, here's block number 2. This is actually using the original background fabric that I chose, so there's that. And I'm really happy with it. Like I said there again, it's not perfect, but I don't care. I like it. It looks pretty. That's all that matters. So there's block 1 and block 2. So those are done. Next block won't be out until March. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, instead of using the same 2 colors together each time, I'm going to mix them up here and there. So that we get a nice variety, and I'll probably sit down and say, okay, there's this many blocks and each one uses this many colors, and that way I can figure out, what I want to put together. So that'll be interesting. But let me tell you, okay, if you're interested in joining, it's a lot of fun. But before you try paper piecing, or if you've just started trying paper piecing, do yourself a world of good and go watch the paper piecing beginner to, whatever. I can't remember, but it's the workshop that Elf and Jen did. Do yourself the favor and please go watch the workshop first. A lot of excellent tips, and let me tell you, my favorite tip in there is the pin it and check it tip. It's where you actually take a piece, because I'm using some really small pieces of fabric, okay? Oh, this is my daughter's, but, I'll take a little piece of fabric like this for a spot, and if I pin it and check it and it fits, I use it, and that's what saves on your fabric. And that's exactly what I've been doing, is I pin it. If I'm not sure, I pin it and I check it, and I'm like, ooh, it works. If not, I choose another fabric. Do yourself the favor though, go watch the workshop. It's 38 plus minutes. It's well worth your time. Link will be in the description from last week's video, and if I think about it, I'll even put it in this week's description. But it's well worth the time. That is my favorite tip that she gives, and it works so well. And several times, especially working on the second block, several times I tested to make sure that it was going to work, and it did. So, and if it didn't, chose another piece. So, but yeah, do yourself the favor, watch the video. Try paper piecing if you haven't. It's a lot of fun. Other than that, I think I've long-winded myself enough here, so I'm going to get ready to head off and go relax, and I will get this uploaded a little later. But as for me, I like watching everyone's videos, and I look forward to watching everyone's videos. It's nice to see some new people in there. Hope you all have a wonderfully crafty week and a wonderfully crafty weekend. As for me, I'm out to go relax for a few minutes. As for you, it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, whatever it is. I really do hope it's a great one, and I will see you all next week. Bye.